The thing that I love about the macadamia is that even though we let the Hawaiians take it originally to commercialise, once we realised just how important it was, we brought it back. And here, as a native plant, we have got the most fantastic industry going.
It took me a while to warm to them, you know. I used to find, I used to find them too...
oily?
Yeah, over the top in flavour, I'm a convert.
What are you going to do with them?
Well, I actually use them sometimes. Well, I use them a couple of ways, but one thing I have discovered is they make a great substitute for candle nuts for a laksa.
Oh, of course they do.
And I'm going to make my laksa completely vegan.
Okay.
So it's a very different laksa. So it's not just vegetarian, it's going to be like a vegan laksa. So wish me luck with that, Maggie, but it's all yours first.
I'll get started with my pesto. Now, are you going to get started?
Yeah, I better, because I've got one of my 4,000 ingredients, but I have cut a little bit of slack here by combining one bit of it first. Now, I said it was going to be a vegan laksa. So what I've got here basically is some fresh turmeric, about a teaspoon, galangal, some turmeric powder, a teaspoon, a good tablespoon and a bit of coriander, toasted and ground powder, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of garlic or 3 or 4 cloves. Now, this is interesting. This is vegetarian blackheart. You will have to really hunt this stuff down.
I've never heard of it.
It's a fermented mushroom and soy to give the fermentiness of a blackheart.
Wow.
This is kaffir lime zest, and just a teaspoon of that because it's fairly potent.
Oh,
beautiful,
potent. Yeah.
3 or 4 coriander roots. I've got lemongrass, a good handful of whites, couple of chilies dry, small dried chilies soaked in water, and pull them out of the water and discard the water. I've got 50 mils of peanut or rice bran oil would do for this one, and a couple of onions, and I've blended it all up in the food processor to make my rempah or laksa paste. So my first job, Maggie, is to fry that off, and it won't take long. It's about 10 minutes of frying, I guess. So what you're trying to do here is fry this out until that raw galangal smell and the raw turmeric smell's gone. Hopefully I won't make you cough, Maggie. I'll just sit in the corner and fry.
Okay.
All right, well, I can probably jump out of your way, because this is...
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, the first cue is that it's softened and it's all tempered and mellowed together, but the second one is the oil splitting out. So I can put in my 400 mils, and this is for 2 serves, of coconut milk.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
It's going to be rich, very rich. And I'll get out the way. Well, I might just do a quick chop, because then I can go all the way through. Per serve, a good chunk of fried tofu, and just cut it into little slices, or however you like it, really, no big deal. I need some chilies for garnish, so just cut these up, and this stuff's all going to go on the...
On the side?
This is on the side, yeah.
Just checking.
I've already cut the bok choy, and so all I need to do is some boiling hot water onto the noodles. This is called an egg noodle, but it's got no egg in it. It's a wheat noodle with food colouring. Let them sit for a couple of minutes, and all I need is a little bit of chilli garnish for each one. Some people want a lot of coriander, some don't, so chuck a bit of that on. I just need to throw in my vegetable stock. Now, this is actually a commercial vegetable stock, and it's actually an organic white vegetable stock. This is 500 mils, and give it another 10 or 15 minutes just to really finish off all of the cooking of that onion and all of that stuff. Well, I've just got to throw in the bok choy and the tofu. This has been cooking now 10 minutes, the coconut milk. Add the stock another 10 minutes and chuck these in just to warm. I mean, you know, the bok choy doesn't need much cooking. And in about 2 minutes' time, I'll be ready to season it up and finish, hopefully. All right, well, now something you're not going to like, Maggie. Chili fest. This bok choy is not really cooked, but by the time it sits for a minute, it'll be fine. Now I need to adjust everything up. So I'll get a little bit of salt in, just a pinch. Now, I know I need the sharpness of the lime juice to cut through all of that coconut richness. And this is the Thai seasoning soy, and I'm using that as an alternative to the fish sauce because it's not just straight soy. it's got a little bit more to it. I've got some warm Laksa bowls. Whoa. And this is quite important because there's a bit of cold stuff. The noodle's still just warm. I reckon a handful per person. And then just get all of the floaties, a couple of bits of bok choy, bit of the tofu.
I like it when it's undercooked because you get that crunch.
The crunch of the heart.
Base. Yeah.
You know, the more stuff you add in, the better the Laksa becomes because it's more interesting texture-wise. Like a bit of raw cucumber's really nice, gives it another texture. Because sometimes I do find dishes like this can become monotonous as you eat.
Well, I always like that going to the central markets, I can ask when Colin wants a laksa.
Yeah.
I can say, hold the chilli entirely.
Yeah.
And there's always some chilli in it, of course, because of the base. But I can eat it.
And you can individualise these sort of dishes. I like that idea.
The chef is probably horrified.
The bean sprouts I like raw. A lot more coriander. And these are the proper shallot chips. They're real shallots. And I love kaffir lime zest.
I just love the smell.
It is just such a summer smell.
Fantastic.
So, Maggie, you can actually have a little taste because...
I would love to have a little taste.
What I did is, and don't tell anyone this, I only put one chilli into the post because I wanted you to have a taste.
Thank you.
And I reckon it should be acidic more than anything. I like the front palate to be acidic, then salty, and then the richness of the coconut.
And I love lots and lots of coriander and bean sprouts.
Oh, it's pretty balanced. I was actually after more of an acid hit at the front. No heat.
No.
Yeah.
It's so smooth.
Yeah, I think
and the acid is there, the freshness of the lime. And you're right, those shallots...
They're good shallot chips,
they're
aren't
really
they?
dry.
For a commercial product, they're fantastic.
In just using one chilli, I'm getting all that nuttiness and the flavour of the paste, but no heat. I love it.
I've had a few people write in and say about the vegan thing, so this one's going out to you guys, I guess. I got Maggie to eat a laksa.